And good afternoon, race fans. Welcome to Talladega Superspeedway as we prepare now for the Mobil1 Cup Series as they are in their next to last race till the championship finale at Zandvoort. We're at Talladega Superspeedway as mentioned here for the Shell Pennzoil 300 version 1, where these drivers here either have an opportunity to get into championship contention or else they're just going to have to try and finish off the season on a high note. For a lot of these drivers, they're just out there trying to maybe pick up their first, second, or possibly even their third victory of the Mobil1 Cup Series. We'll have to keep our eyes on all of them during the course of this race because here at Talladega, you never know who's going to win until the checkered flag finally waves. A few things about Talladega that we're going to have to talk about here before these cars get rolling off. Number one, 4-wide racing is able to be done here, and they're able to keep it going. This is a brand new Talladega track that I haven't used before, and it's able to have these cars at 4 wide and be able to keep it together. When they get 5 wide, though, then you get a little bit antsy and you start to think, yeah, they're going to wreck. But 4 wide, it's a norm here. The 4-wide racing is not something that really scares people. And these drivers aren't afraid to go 4 wide either. We saw it in the truck race, and they did some pretty doggone good racing in both the division races there. Another thing about Talladega Superspeedway that's going to play out here into this race, no doubt about it, is the fact that the start-finish line is, unlike Daytona, down at the middle, just about almost into turn 1. It's between the tri-oval and turn 1, giving a lot more straightaway space for a driver to be able to make a move for the lead and possibly even for the win. Alright, so on the pole for this race is actually a championship contender in Trent Dunham. He's looking for his 3rd victory of the Mobil1 Cup Series. That would be the first time, to my knowledge, that a Mobil1 Cup Series driver has gone to victory lane 3 times. The most that I can think of most recently was Timmy Pacioli. He had 2 wins in Season 2. But Trent Dunham, he's looking to maybe break a record here in the Mobil1 Cup Series. He's on the pole alongside Connor Germain. Now, Connor Germain ended up winning back, I believe it was at Daytona. So he knows how to get around a restrictor plate track. We'll see if he can maybe do a restrictor plate track sweep here at Talladega Superspeedway. So Harmanud, Trent Dunham's little brother, going to start off there in the 3rd position. And that's a big plus for that number 8 team because they got a teammate, no doubt about it. Well, not a teammate, but put it this way, an alliance that'll be able to work with them during the start of this race. And alongside him is going to be none other than the 30 car of Tim Feigl. Alright, so, and there's actually a little bit of talk about Tim Feigl and Bob Fergus getting together last week at Texas Motor Speedway. We'll have to see if maybe that's died down or not here in this race. A few more championship contenders. They're going to be starting up near the front. We got Stephen Dillon. He'll be rolling off from 6th place. And we got Sean Henley rolling off from position number 8. A lot of drivers going to be making their debuts here in this race as well. Highest starting for that is going to be 9th place, and that is Michael Nemechek, who actually had a pretty good top 5 finish. I believe finished 5th in the Division 1 race of the Oreo Truck Series in his debut there. He's going to be starting off in the 9th position in the 09 Federated Auto Parts Toyota Camry. We'll see if he can maybe get another good finish here at Talladega. Alright, so enough talk. Let's get these cars rolling off. We'll show you the starting lineup for this race. It's time to find out who's going to be contender and who's going to be pretender here as far as the championship hunt goes. Because Zandvoort, it's right around the corner. Talladega Superspeedway, though, a little bit of a distraction for these drivers, perhaps, and we'll see who's going to be able to conquer it. As here's the starting lineup for the Division 1 race, the Shell Pennzoil 300 version 1. Lights are out atop the pace car. You know what that means. We're going to go green flag racing here in about half a lap as Trent Dunham, Connor Germain lead this 41 car field around this incredible restrictor plate track. As we get ready to go to green flag racing, this Going Green is brought to you by 867 5309858's YouTube channel. Home of the NRSL Outback Series, NRSL Universal Orlando Cup Series, PRWC PS3 Cup Series, NNSCRA Wendy's Cup Series, and future home of the ARWSL Five Guys Burgers and Fries Eliminator Series. NRSL, where racing is living. You want to find his channel to subscribe? Just go up to where the YouTube logo is. There's a search bar to the right of it, and type in 867-530-9858. In that bar, hit enter or hit search, and you'll be sure and find his channel to be able to subscribe. So it's going to be interesting to see here if the two brothers, Trent Dunham and Zohar Mahmood, if those two who are starting first and third, if they'll work together here at the start of this race. It's going to be very interesting. We've seen in certain races here over on the NNSCRA Sports channel that sibling rivalry kindle a few times, but we'll have to see if maybe they're going to put all that aside, because I'm pretty sure that Zohar Mahmood would love to see his brother win the championship in the Mobil1 Cup Series. Trent Dunham's one of those contenders, but here we go. We're going to find out. Green flag is waving here at Talladega Superspeedway. Already some three-wide movement back there for about the 10th position, but meanwhile up front, Zohar Mahmood staying awfully contented behind that number 8 Chevrolet up ahead of him. Sean Henley, Stephen Dillon, two championship contenders back there working together. They want to get up towards the front, as they're splitting 3 and 4 wide now. 4 wide is a normal thing here at this new track. But now Zohar Mahmood, oh boy, I think Trent actually moved up the racetrack, and Zohar, he had to stay down low, and now Zohar Mahmood's going to go to the lead. Number 28 will take the top spot. Here comes Devin Wilson to help. Actually got two cars right there from Junior Motorsports. You got Devin Wilson and Ray Wilson, and oh, they're wrecking back there. Oh, Connor Germain's around. Logan Wilson's around, and Logan Wilson came back up the racetrack. There's Emilio Navarrete, a championship contender involved. Is that Tim Walsh? It is indeed. Oh, there's more cars. Jordan Hester, Robert Bann, Eric Burton, John Dillon, Connor Germain. Cars just littering the front straightaway. Brandon Parsons involved. And the caution is out. Leader at the stripe, I'm pretty sure, is going to be Zohar Mahmood in the 28. And we can confirm that. Yes, Zohar Mahmood is going to be the leader. Let's look back and see who else was involved there. There's Eric Burton's machine. Little bit of front-end damage to the Mike's Hard Lemonade Chevrolet of Emilio Navarrete. Jordan Hester's got damage. Robert Bann may have some damage. That's the first car I saw get out of shape of Logan Wilson. John Dillon with some damage. Connor Germain I saw spin down to the infield. I think he actually brought it back up on the racetrack, and the car up ahead of him of Tim Walsh I think was involved, along with Brandon Parsons and possibly Brandon Bain, making his return to the Mobil1 Cup Series. But the caution is out. The leader is Zohar Mahmood. Let's look back at a replay. Doesn't look like that bad of a wreck, but there were quite a few drivers involved. Okay, let's take a look here, see what exactly went down. I think there may have been some contact here off turn 4. Oh, man. Oh, it was Hayden Klein turning Logan Wilson. Up ahead, Brandon Bain and Brandon Parsons get together. They see Tim Walsh, nowhere for him to go. And Emilio Navarrete, who had a very poor qualifying run, started at the back. He gets involved. Michael Harvey got a piece of it as well. Let's see up here. Oh, Jordan Hester and Robert Bann, they spin down to the infield. They get Eric Burton. Connor Breton was involved as well. Let's look through here how this contact all gets started. Oh, looks like may have been Tim Feigl turning Connor Germain down into these guys. That's the 32 of Jack Richards just getting through there, the Hellman Chevrolet. Hester, though, he comes down, bounces into Robert Bann. Does Connor Breton get the wall? Can't tell. I'm not going to be able to find him this way. Going to have to find him this way. Boy, you know, I think he may have just gotten a piece of the inside retaining wall. Man, not much, though. He and Eric Burton, they both tried to slide around to be able to avoid that wreck. Watch Eric. Oh, Eric's car just slid on him. Eric couldn't hold on to his car. It slid into the outside retaining wall. Oh, but Connor Breton make it that. He got a piece of the wall there, too. So both those cars seemed okay. But then you see the Jordan Hester machine just slide down to Eric Burton. And there's Brandon Parsons getting turned around back here. He makes some contact with John Dillon. Lisa Shears through the grass. She got through somehow. And, ooh, I think Brandon Bain may have just gotten through all that too in the 27. Good miss by him. So the caution's out. And I don't really think any of these drivers really would have to retire, but we'll have to see just exactly how significant the damage is on all those drivers involved here, as that incident started out at turn 4 and kind of ended up down here at the middle of the tri-oval. Let's go back to green flag racing. Zohar Mahmoud is leading this race at Talladega Superspeedway. Now, we'll go back to green flag racing. It'll be on lap 6 of 29. And we do have one driver that is out of the race. That was Eric Burton. So apparently when the 4 car slammed into him, that was just too significant damage for the 0-2 to continue on. So Eric Burton is the first retiree from this event, and right now is the only driver back behind the wall. Let's get ready to show you who's going to restart where, but before we do that, gotta let you know that this running through the field is brought to you by Dylan Tay 22's YouTube channel. Like 4 times the racing, then check out Dylan Tay 22's channel today. Home of the Mountain Dew Racing Series, Mopar Nationwide Series, NNSCRA Exide Battery Truck Series, PRWC Gatorade Pro Series, all great series. Looking for the best drivers on YouTube. Check them out today on Dylan Tay 22's YouTube channel, and you might find your Christmas miracle! So, here's the way they line up. Zohar Mahmoud will be the leader. Devin Wilson second. Third will be Cody Poe. He came out of nowhere. Dougie Shears also. He's up to 4th. Sean Henley currently now is 5th. How about A.J. McGinnis? His first debut in the NNSCRA here in the Mobil1 Cup Series. He's up to 6th place right now. Championship contender Jacob Rodriguez. He's just popped up here inside the top 10 as well, as he is 7th. 8th place now is Anthony McCurry. 9th place is actually Austin LaPlante. I said it was Tim Feigl in the 30. I apologize for that. It's Austin LaPlante making his debut, as he's going to race start 9th. And Ryan Cooper will complete the top 10. Big major fail on my part right there, saying that was Tim Feigl. It was not. It was Austin LaPlante, rookie Austin LaPlante, making his debut in the Mobil1 Cup Series. Here we go, though. Zohar Mahmoud started off in 3rd, now leading. He'll take the green flag here on this, our first restart of the day. Things getting spread out back here. Best Bad looks like it's going to be back for 4th place. Let's follow that. Sean Henley, a championship contender, trying to make some headway here. He's got a teammate and a fellow championship contender coming up here to help him, Jacob Rodriguez. And maybe a little alliance we'll see at the end of this event or so, as it's still Zohar Mahmoud the leader, but look who's coming. Devin Wilson's getting a little bit of a run there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Cody Poe, awfully close corner racing right there into turn 4. They all keep it together. Good job by everybody involved there, as Zohar Mahmoud will continue to lead off turn 4. Oh, they're getting awfully close to each other there. Ryan Cooper, Anthony McCurry don't like the way that they're right near each other's left rear quarter panels. And they're going to go 4 wide. Daniel Schwab, Ryan Cooper, Anthony McCurry, as it is still going to be Zohar Mahmoud leading the way. And we're still green flag racing. I told you these cars could go 4 wide and not wreck. And whoa, 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 that was Ray Wilson, I think. Did he save it? I think he did. Yes, he did. Ray Wilson saved it. His car was actually down on the apron there for a moment, but he kept it together. I think the car that may have actually just turned him could have been, was that Stephen Dillon? That's Stephen Dillon way back here? Yes, it was. That's the car I think that almost turned him. Whoa, Stephen, what are you doing? Stephen running on the apron. Stephen, what in the world are you doing? Is this on purpose? Is he wanting to go back to the back of the pack? I guess so. Well, that was interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a driver do that. Stephen Dillon literally pulled down below the yellow line onto the apron so he could go to the rear of the field. Little strategy being played out here. Interesting. Whoa, I like that view right there. That's kind of like a gopher cam. As it's going to be, I'm having way too much fun. Zohar Mahmoud still leading the way. He and Devin Wilson, they've been 1-2 ever since we got back under the restart. I think it's going to change, though, into turn 4. Look at Devin Wilson getting a run here with Leo Rogers, who picked up his first NNSCRA victory last week at Texas Motor Speedway. No! Ryan Cooper and Daniel Schwab getting together, and the caution's out. Those were some front runners right there. Oh, look out. Everybody trying to get by the damaged car of Ryan Cooper. His day is finished, I'm sure. That car took one hard lick out there into the outside retaining wall. Where is Schwab, though? Oh, what's Joe Smith doing running through the grass? There's Schwab. Front right side damage and a little bit of front end damage to the 11. And everybody else... Did everybody else get through that? Was that just a two-car incident? Tell me we did not just have a two-car incident at Talladega. Well, nope, it's a three-car incident. Luke Walker got a piece of it as well. And it looks like Luke Walker's day may be over. May have just gone up in smoke. Yep, Luke Walker retiring from this race. And Zohar Monad was able to keep the lead, coming down to the caution flag. Whoa, wait a minute. Are they backing up back there? I think I just saw Dougie Shears with some damage. I may just be seeing things, but yeah, Dougie Shears. Oh, I think they just backed up on the back straightaway there, and Dougie Shears in the two-car has just sustained some damage to that one main financial M&M's Chevy Impala for Kendrick Hartwick Incorporated. That's a tough break there for him. He's doing pretty well in the standings, even though he is not in the championship hunt, but still a tough break for him. That was actually under the caution. I'm pretty sure that he sustained that damage. But we'll look back now and see the incident that occurred between Ryan Cooper and Daniel Schwab, who were up inside the top 10 at the moment of their wreck. Now, this was awfully close quarter racing here into turn 3. And Ryan Cooper, he's got Jake Berg just shoving his car, and he gets into Daniel Schwab, bounces down off of Leo Rogers and A.J. McGinnis. Great save by them. And, oh, there's where Dougie Shears got his damage. So he was not involved in an incident under the caution. He was involved in this one. Around they go, all drivers getting involved there. We're just Cooper, Schwab, and Dougie Shears. But then something must have happened to Luke Walker. Oh, did his car just blow up? Let's see here. Luke Walker's car just gave up the ghost. Watch right here. Heading into turn 4, right behind the Michael Nemechek machine. Yeah, right there. There's the engine letting go. Oh, that's a tough break right there for Luke Walker. He was running in 24th place, but who's to say he wouldn't have been up at the end of this race, up near the front. Tough break there. The engine failure plaguing that hefty team right there, number 14. So, both teammates actually, Ryan Cooper and Luke Walker, meeting problems here on the exact same lap. And look at Stephen Dillon. End up slipping to the back there, as we saw, on purpose, I might add. And he got through that incident without any problems. So, pretty interesting move there by Stephen Dillon, but tough break for a few drivers here on lap 8. Luke Walker's blowing up, and Daniel Schwab, Brian Cooper, and Dougie Shears all getting involved up in turn 4. So, we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing. This time it'll be on lap 13 of 29. Drivers out after this incident. Dougie Shears has actually taken his car back to the garage area, so a tough break for that Kevin Harvick Incorporated driver. Is his day is done. He'll get credit for 39th. 40th place is where Luke Walker will retire from the races. He had that engine problem, and they joined Eric Burton back in the garage area, who retired after the first incident of the day, and he gets credited for 41st place. Let's get ready to give you the starting lineup for this restart, brought to you by Dylan Tay22's YouTube channel. They're on the back straightaway, so we'll try and see if we can give you a full field rundown as Zohar Monad continues to lead. He's been pretty dominant up there since the drop of the green flag. Devin Wilson's going to restart second. Austin LaPlante up here, good run for his debut, in third place right now. Jay Juke is fourth, and fifth is Anthony McCurry. Sean Henley is in sixth. Seventh is Jake Berg right now. 8th place, where I find Jacob Rodriguez. Pole sitter Trent Dunham's worked his way back up to 9th, and 10th place is Michael Nemechek. Jamie Muckley will run in 11th. 12th place, Jason Marshall. Jack Richards 13th. 14th, Connor Breton, and 15th is Stephen Dillon. Then you got Max Skinner, our truck race winner in Division 1. May he be able to, in his debut in the Mobil1 Cup Series, pick up a victory here. He's 16th. 17th is Bob Fergus. 18th, Hayden Klein. 19th, Lisa Shears. And 20th is Cody Poe. 21st rather, is John Dillon. 22nd is Michael Harvey. 23rd, Robert Band. 24th is Ray Wilson. 25th place will be Logan Ryan with Brendan Parsons 26th. 27th will be Joe Smith with Brandon Bain 28th. Logan Wilson 29th. And 30th will be Adam Chambers. So we weren't able to go through a complete full field rundown, but went back through the top 30 as here's the green flag back out on lap 13 of 29. Tell you what, Zohar Manu, man, did he get a jump. Now, normally at a restricted plate track, that's not a good thing. We'll see how it works out for him here as there's a battle back there for second. Been pretty impressed so far with Austin LaPlante being able to maneuver his way through those wrecks and stay up here inside the top 5 as he is doing a great job in that 30 car. But here comes Anthony McCurry looking for his second win of the season in the 9 car, and he's bringing along some friends. Oh my word, he just got flat out turned by Sean Henley, and Henley's around. Jay Juke, Michael Nemechek, Austin LaPlante, Jake Berg, Devin Wilson, Trent Dunham, Jason Marshall. The list just goes on and on and on. They're still wrecking. Michael Harvey, Hayden Klein, Logan Ryan, Connor Breton, John Dillon. You have got to be kidding me. Ryan Cooper, there's a championship contender, and Sean Henley involved. Oh, man, that was uncalled for. Connor Breton's there. Ray Wilson, done for the day. Jason Marshall, no doubt about it, that car is done. Michael Nemechek in his debut, he's involved. And Zohar Manu is still going to be the leader. Let's look further through here, see who else was involved. Tim Walsh got a piece of it. Oh, Stephen Dillon. The strategy did not work out for him. Bob Fergus is on pit road. So is Austin LaPlante. There's Leo Rogers, last week's winner. Sean Henley, championship contender, is out. Brandon Bain is involved. Robert Bann is involved. My goodness. Oh, another championship contender, and Emilio Navarrete is involved. Daniel Schwab got a piece of it. Adam Chambers is involved. AJ McGinnis got a piece of it. Who didn't get a piece of it may be easier to find out. These cars I know were involved as well. Hayden Klein, Logan Ryan, Logan Wilson, John Dillon, Jake Berg was involved. So was Jay Juke. Oh my goodness. Trent Dunham I saw get a piece of it as well. And the caution is out. This is the biggest wreck of the day, and it took place here on lap 13. Let's look back at a replay. I'm going to be very interested to see who was that turned Anthony McCurry right there. That just had drastic results. Looks like the leader, Zohar Manu, is going to come down pit road for a regularly scheduled stop. So are some others, but some other drivers staying out. I think Jacob Rodriguez may cycle around as the leader. But let's take a look at what happened to put us on the caution for the 3rd time today. Well, found out the driver that actually started this wreck was Sean Henley, and I'm not really sure what Henley was thinking, but watch right here as he hooks the 9 car in the right rear, right there. And Henley, he just, oh, look at that, right up into the leader, Zohar Manu, LaPlante into the wall. McCurry's going to come back down the racetrack. There you see Devin Wilson getting involved in the 7. Jacob Rodriguez down to the apron. Good miss for the 16, but his teammate not so lucky. Jay Juke then gets a piece of it. Jake Berg and Devin Wilson make more contact. Trent Dunham then gets blocked in. He gets involved. Michael Nemechek gets involved. Look right here. Jake Berg back up the racetrack and just slams the 9 of Anthony McCurry. Jack Richards actually spun out there. I didn't know that. 32 got a piece of it. And just look at the carnage through here. There's Brandon Bain, there's Leo Rogers, there's Daniel Schwab, Emilio Navarrete, Tim Walsh, Ryan Cooper. Oh, man, Stephen Dillon and Robert Bann, Ray Wilson. It's just carnage there. AJ McGinnis, Jason Marshall you see there, Brandon Parsons, Jordan Hester, Adam Chambers. And then, where's the 33 of Logan Wilson? Right here, there they are, there they are. There's Logan Ryan, Hayden Klein, John Dillon, Max Skinner, and Stephen Dillon all getting pieces of this as well. Just absolute carnage. And really, I'm not certain what was going through the mind of Sean Henley right there, but he just possibly took and ended the championship hopes of several drivers, including himself. You know, Henley, really, I don't know, it just really surprises me that he made a move like that because he's trying to race for a championship. And normally those drivers that are racing for a championship don't make those kind of moves until maybe late in the race. But we weren't even halfway, and he decided to make a move like that. And that took out a lot, and I mean a lot, of top contenders right there. As a matter of fact, I believe it involved everybody who was running inside the top 5 at that moment. Let's take a look back now as we go to the green flag and see what the results, I may add the drastic results, are going to be now. This may have just cut the field down to maybe, I don't know, 10 cars? You never know. A lot of drivers were involved in this incident, though, here on lap 13. We'll get ready to go back under the green flag. It'll be on lap 18 of 29, giving us a total of 12 laps remaining in this event. Drivers out after that whole incident that went down include Adam Chambers, Tim Feigl, Anthony McCurry, Sean Henley, a championship contender, will retire from the race in 27th. Also out are Michael Nemechek, Jason Marshall, Connor Breton, Stephen Dillon, another championship contender, out in 31st place. That going to the back did not work for him, that strategy there. Robert Bann also out of the race, along with Ray Wilson, Brandon Bain, Emilio Navarrete. 35th place is where he'll finish the night. Tough break for him. Also out are the cars of Tim Walsh, Ryan Cooper, and last week's winner, Leo Rogers. They joined Dougie Shears, Luke Walker, and Eric Burton back in the garage area. Here's the top 10 as we get ready to go back to green. Jacob Rodriguez is out in front now with the lead. Lisa Shears second. Jamie Muckley third. Joe Smith fourth. And Trent Dunham is now up to fifth. Connor Germain is sixth. Seventh is Devin Wilson. Eighth is Logan Wilson. Ninth, Daniel Schwab. And 10th is Bob Ferks. There you see Zohar Mahmoud. We're going to talk about him in just a minute. He's going to restart in 11th place. As our two remaining championship contenders on the racetrack are currently inside the top 5. Jacob Rodriguez, Trent Dunham. As we get ready, here comes the green flag comes out once again here at Talladega Superspeedway. Jacob Rodriguez, for the first time today, is going to lead a green flag lap at Talladega Superspeedway. Now going back to Zohar Mahmoud, there was some speculation as to why he came down pit road. Well, you saw the Anthony McCurry machine bounce off of him when that last incident occurred. They were afraid that maybe on the right side when he hit the outside safer barrier that they may have a tire going down on the right side, so they brought him down pit road, made sure there was no damage to the tires, that there would be no rubs, and sent him back out onto the racetrack. That's why he restarted in 11th place. But Jacob Rodriguez right now, very interesting story with Jacob Rodriguez that's forming right now, with the fact that Jacob Rodriguez is the only driver from Roush Fenway Racing who is a championship contender. As a matter of fact, all three of the Roush Fenway Racing cars are championship contenders with Jacob Rodriguez, Matthew Rodriguez, and Sean Henley. But Henley and Matthew Rodriguez, they earlier this season both visited Victory Lane. Jacob Rodriguez, he's the lone man out. He's been able to do everything that those other two have, be a Roush Fenway Racing driver and a championship contender, but he has not yet visited Victory Lane. Could it happen today? And how about the 04 car of Jamie Muckley trying to get that 04 back to Talladega Superspeedway Victory Lane? Last time we went to Victory Lane, it was Jacob Bell putting that car in Victory Lane at our Talladega race earlier this season. Lisa Shears back there, though. And look at Zohar Mahmoud. Did he put the pedal to the metal or what? Let's not forget, he's got fresher tires than a lot of these drivers up ahead of him, so not much of a surprise there, but he wants back to the front as he and Lisa Shears and Joe Smith, they're all working together to try and catch these front two of Jacob Rodriguez and Jamie Muckley. Two Ford Mustangs actually working together to keep ahead of these guys. Look back here, there's some more drivers that we need to keep an eye on. Devin Wilson, he was running second quite a bit behind Zohar Mahmoud earlier on in this event. Trent Dunham, he started off from position numero uno in this event. He was our pole sitter. And he's going to the inside now of Devin Wilson, that I believe is for position number 7. How about Logan Ryan there in the 18 car? He ended up winning the Oreo Truck Series race last week, I believe it was. Or was it this week? At Talladega. I think it actually was here at Talladega that Logan Ryan ended up winning. Whoa, wait a minute, who's that on the apron? Oh, it's Zohar Mahmoud. Man. I don't know what the deal was there. He had some contact made between himself and one of the two Wilsons. It was either Logan or Devin. Don't know which. There's a few other cars. Cody Poe actually looking for his second win of the season in that 07. And how about Hayden Klein? Good run for that rookie right now as he's currently listed in 10th position. I think he just took 9th away from Trent Dunham. But great run right now for that 01 car, as it's a bit of a breakaway up at the front of the field here, and seeing some interesting, I don't know if it's a strategy move or if it's just experimental, but Jamie Muckley is actually up there in the higher groove, rather than down tucked behind the Ford EcoBoost Ford Mustang number 16. See if he does that again down the back straightaway. Right now coming down the front straightaway, as you see Zohar Mahmoud and Devin Wilson. Oh my goodness, they got awfully close off that corner. They almost made contact with each other. Two drivers who at the beginning of this race were running 1-2 for pretty much race laps 3 through, I don't know what it was 15 or something. But they nearly took each other out right there. But here they come down the back straightaway. Let's see if Muckley goes to the high side again. Yes, he does indeed. Muckley's going to the high side there. And with that happening, it's either raising one of two questions in my mind. Number one, is he trying to see if maybe he can get a run on the 16 in case he has to make a last lap pass on the high side? That way Jacob Rodriguez has less of a successful time blocking him. Or two, is that he's tucked up so much behind the 16 car's air, the dirty air, that he's trying to get some clean air for himself going down the back straightaway. Could be one of those two things. Could be both. You never know. But right now, it is Jacob Rodriguez still leading this thing, and the laps, they're ticking away awfully quickly here. We've had a few cars almost get into wrecks, but they've been able to keep it pretty clean as far as the yellows coming out go since we went under the green flag on our last restart. Look again, there's Jamie Muckley up on the high side, and look who's coming to the picture. Look who's coming to the party. It's Zohar Mahmoud, who's been obviously one of the most dominant cars of the day. As a matter of fact, I'd say these three right here have been the most dominant all day long, as pretty much the laps of this race have been split between the front two, Jacob Rodriguez and Zohar Mahmoud, who now goes to the high side and will try challenging for the lead. Can he get the run down here out of the exit of the tri-oval? Nope. Jacob Rodriguez pulls back up in front, and Zohar will have to regroup and try again. Things basically single file here, back through about the 6th, 7th position here, where we got Lisa Shears, Logan Ryan, Devin Wilson, and Joe Smith in a tangle. And now, here comes Hayden Klein and Cody Poe battling side by side. Oh, battle further up. Jamie Muckley to the inside of Zohar Mahmoud. That's for position number 2. Muckley tries to get the run. Zohar's going to sling down and put the block. He will do so. But Jacob Rodriguez did the exact same thing to Zohar Mahmoud, and Mahmoud was not able to make a pass on the 16 down the back straightaway. Maybe some strategy being played out here. These three seem pretty single file here. Pretty content to ride behind each other. And I think they are pulling away from 4th place Logan Wilson. Will this race come down between two Fords and a Chevy? Jacob Rodriguez, Zohar Mahmoud, and Jamie Muckley. Let's not forget that Jamie Muckley has a little bit of momentum on his side. He just recently came off his first Snickers Cup Series victory and his first NNSCRA victory of his career at Texas Motor Speedway in what was a Robert Yates Racing 1-2-3 finish. Let's also keep in mind that he put that 37 car in victory lane for the second time this season. The first time, it was for a driver that had driven it at the beginning of the season, Brent McCaleb. Same situation here for the Jamie Muckley driver, as that driver, or that ride, that 04 car was driven by Jacob Bell at the beginning of the season. And he put that car in victory lane at Talladega. So it would almost be the exact same thing where Jamie Muckley comes in mid-season, takes over a ride that's already been to victory lane once, and puts it back in victory lane again. Could it happen for the second time in 2 weeks for Jamie Muckley? Right now, he's trying to take the first big step, and that is to pass Zohar Mahmoud for position number 2. And actually, speaking of pass, I think these three drivers are going to actually have to pass the 34 Bob Fergus up ahead, who's a slower race car, but they may not meet up with him for another lap or maybe for another 3 laps. Off turn 4 they come, all single file still. Oh no, they're going to meet with him down here at the start-finish line. Bob Fergus is going to slow these guys down unless they can slingshot around him and make a move. Here they come, they're going to have to move him somehow. Going to have to get by. Zohar to the inside. Jacob Rodriguez nowhere to go. He's blocked up behind the 34. He'll go 3 wide to the high side, but it's Zohar Mahmoud with the lead. Jamie Muckley now moves to second. Third place now is going to be Jacob Rodriguez as he continues to try and rim ride around on the high side. And now he does make the pass on Bob Fergus. Put Fergus 1 lap down, but now the front 3 have kind of separated. It's about a car length back to Muckley, about a car length and a half back to third place Jacob Rodriguez as Zohar Mahmoud moves up to the high side, about a groove higher than Muckley did into turn 3, and Muckley now has closed up the gap. He's right on the back door. Zohar Mahmoud, Jamie Muckley, Jacob Rodriguez, these 3 will decide this event, no doubt about it. It's going to be 2 laps to go when they come down and hit the stripe. Here they come. 2 laps remaining. Zohar, Jacob, Jamie. These 3 will decide it. Here comes Jacob Rodriguez back to the inside line. He's got the run, but does he have the drafting help? No drafting help, but here comes Muckley down to the inside, the drafting help that Jacob Rodriguez needs, and Jacob Rodriguez may go back to the front, but still Zohar stubbornly hanging in the outside line. But no, it will be the 2-car draft down low that will prevail down here into turn 3. Muckley peeks to the inside, now slingshots to the high side. Whoa, nearly got into the right rear of Jacob Rodriguez. That could have turned him up into the fence, but he keeps it straight. It's still Jacob Rodriguez, then Jamie Muckley, and now Zohar's trying to regroup to make it a 3-man fight to the finish. Muckley peeks out for just a minute, maybe trying to get some cool air into the radiator of that 04 car. Doesn't want that car to overheat, especially here on the final lap. White flag is displayed. It's Jacob Rodriguez, Jamie Muckley, and Zohar Mahmoud is beginning to fade from view. The driver who started off in 3rd may end in 3rd, but now he's starting to regroup, starting to get the run on the back bumper of the 04. But it's still Rodriguez, Muckley, and Zohar Mahmoud down the back straightaway, nose to tail the front 3. Undoubtedly the most dominant cars of the day, the 3 most dominant cars. Here comes Jamie Muckley to the inside. Where will Zohar go? He almost looks like he wants to go to the middle to thread the needle. No, he goes up to the high side. He's helping Jacob Rodriguez. Or is he? Is he trying to make a slingshot move way on the high side? Off turn 4 they come. It's Muckley, Rodriguez, side by side. The allegiance for Zohar Mahmoud. It's up high with Jacob Rodriguez. Down through the trioval they come. Still side by side. But the outside line will prevail. The drafting help pushes Jacob Rodriguez to victory here at Talladega Superspeedway. Wow, Jacob Rodriguez with his first win in the Mobil 1 Cup Series here in Season 3. And it was Zohar Mahmoud pushing him to the checkered flag. Very interesting. And I just have one question here, which I'm sure a lot of people will be asking themselves. Why did Zohar Mahmoud try and help a championship contender win the race rather than a non-championship contender? Because his brother Trent Dunham now is going to have less points than Jacob Rodriguez due to the fact that Rodriguez just won this race. Why did Zohar Mahmoud help a championship contender against his own brother Trent Dunham instead of a non-championship contender? Remember, that would have been one valuable point that Trent Dunham would have gained on Jacob Rodriguez had Jamie Muckley won this race. Now, with the 5 bonus points that Jacob Rodriguez is going to get, that's 6 points that Trent Dunham lost to Jacob Rodriguez as far as the live point system went. Very interesting there. Just going to be interesting to see how Zohar Mahmoud explains that. Not that Zohar Mahmoud did anything wrong. I mean, that it was a spur-of-the-moment decision, but just interesting the way that he decided to go with the Jacob Rodriguez machine rather than Jamie Muckley. Also, another interesting scenario. We've got 3 Roush Fenway cars, all 3 in the championship hunt, and all 3 now with at least 1 victory this season as Jacob Rodriguez now joins Sean Henley and Matthew Rodriguez with a win in Season 3. Of course, we know that Jacob Rodriguez finished the day with the win. Championship contender Trent Dunham that you see moving by there on the left side of the screen. He's going to finish the day in a very respectable 11th place finish for our pole sitter. Then you got these championship contenders who did not finish this race. You got Sean Henley, who finished 27th, Stephen Dillon, who finished 31st, and Emilio Navarrete, who finished in 35th place. Quite a race, quite a finish. What a weekend we are having here at Talladega Superspeedway. Unbelievable finishes going on here. Unbelievable scenarios. I'll tell you what, Zen Joltis, the way that these point systems are playing out the points, the way these point systems are looking, it just seems like the action is going to get better and better for when we head to the finale at Zen Joltis next week. Well, if you were in this division, be sure and check back at the end of Division 2 to see where you are in the standings. We've got a championship contender who won this event. Certainly that will shake up the points, especially also with the hard luck that we're had by other championship contenders here at Talladega Superspeedway. What's in store for Division 2? We have no idea, but we're very close to finding out. Then we got the Snickers Cup cars coming here for their 3 divisions before we head next to Zen Joltis for the season finale. Here comes the official finishing results. Standings will come at the end of the Division 2 race. You've been watching the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.